everyone, and welcome to the first episode of our brand new regular series, Good News, a show where we read you some of our favourite good news stories from the week. Here are your headlines for the week ending Friday the 8th of July.
Act of kindness helps little girl go to cinema. Adele borrows £8 pride flag from fan at concert. It's changed how the village feels. The artist brightening up shop shutters. And 86-year-old woman becomes longest serving flight attendant.
A family's offer to help her mother on Universal Credit has meant her little girl got a very special day out. Caroline Rice told BBC Good Morning Ulster that money was so tight she felt she might have to have given up her job as a classroom assistant. "I don't know if I can afford to go to work now because I'm borrowing money to put diesel in my car," Ms Rice said. The Bell family from Bangor, County Down, were listening and felt compelled to try and help in some way. They approached the programme hoping to be put in contact with Ms Rice so that they could offer her and her daughter a small donation to be spent whatever way they wished. "It's not right that a hard-working mother trying to provide for her family is struggling at this time," Mr Bell told the radio programme last Friday. "The cost of living has gone up and people like Caroline are struggling and they shouldn't. It's just not right. We're in a society that should be looking out for our neighbours and making sure that people have and don't go to bed thinking about where they're going to get money for their diesel to get to work." In her initial interview, Caroline, who lives in Fermanagh, had told the radio programme she felt stuck in a vicious cycle, and she said she was struggling at the time to see the light at the end of the tunnel. "It's more than food, it's more than diesel, it's not being able to buy your child a pair of shoes," she said. She said she was incredibly touched by the kind offer from people she did not know and used the money to spoil her daughter for the day. "That money meant I could take my child to the cinema," Caroline told the programme. "She got to sit in the cinema in comfy seats. It was just a wee treat for her. We haven't been able to go to the cinema in like 2 years. Miss Rice said it was not just her daughter that was helped by the generous donation of the Bell family. She shared some of that money with another family in England that she knew to help towards a 13-year-old child's birthday. All it does is raise people up a bit. I want to bring people along with us and pay it forward to help others. It shows that there are nice people in the world. For all the negative stuff happening in the world, there are a lot of good people."
A primary school teacher has described as insane the moment Adele called him forwards for a front row view after borrowing his pride flag. Dean Williams was approached by one of the Stars team before Saturday's sold-out Hyde Park gig about lending his £8 flag in return for drinks tokens. After a bottomless brunch beforehand, he ended up in the Diamond VIP section along with his friend Jack. "It blew our minds," he told BBC Radio 1 Breakfast's Greg James. "We just couldn't believe it," he said of the concert, which he only decided to go to last week. Saturday's gig was Adele's second in a row following Friday's first public performance in 5 years.
An 86-year-old woman has been recognised as the longest-serving flight attendant in the world in the Guinness World Records. Betty Nash from Boston, Massachusetts, has been serving customers in the sky for nearly 65 years. Nash began her career with Eastern Airlines in 1957 at the age of 21. Eastern Airlines later became a part of American Airlines, and she still works for the company today. Things have changed a little since the 1950s, though. When Nash first started working for the company, Cigarettes were handed out to passengers as part of the onboard experience. Nash flies the New York to Boston to Washington, D.C. route and has since she first became a flight attendant. Back then she was given her pick of routes and chose this one so she could be home to look after her son who has disabilities, who she still looks after to this day. On top of being a great mother and a dedicated employee, Betty is also a favourite with passengers. One passenger told ABC News, "I fly hundreds of thousands of miles a year, but these are always my best flights when Betty is on the plane." Despite her 6.5 decades of service to the airline industry, Betty has no intention of stopping work anytime soon. When asked about quitting work, she said, "As long as I have my health and I'm able, why not work? It's still fun. Plus, I've at least made my diamond jubilee, just like Queen Elizabeth."
A suburb in Manchester let artists loose on shutters and walls, and now it hopes to inspire other towns to do the same. Witherington could become known for it, says Ed Wallard, one of the founders of the Witherington Walls, a project based in the Manchester suburb of Witherington. He heads up a group of people doing what they can to brighten up the neighbourhood by creating art on shutters and walls. The intention is to create a sense of place, of vibrancy and character through an injection of colour and street art, says Wellard. We think it could become an inspiration, a source of pride to local people. Since the project started 18 months ago, a wide range of artists have painted more than 45 shop shutters and have created 15 murals on walls. It has really changed for the better how the village looks and feels, says Wellard.
So that's all your good news for this week. Join us next time for more of the same.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.